Hey everybody, it's Gunpla. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an awesome video for you guys, but before we get started, I just want to give a quick thank you to the sponsor of my channel, newtypehq.com. If you like supporting my channel, go ahead and check them out. Link down in the descriptions below, and don't forget to use my code Gunpla to save yourself 10% off your total order. Now, let's get started into the goods of the video. So, I don't know if you guys have known, but lighting these guys behind me has always been a pain in my butt. I've tried so many different things in order to light them, and it gets a little difficult because I've gotten so many questions in the comments actually on where I've gotten my display cases, and all of them you can buy at IKEA. I don't know, hopefully you guys have one by you. I know they can be kind of sparse depending on where you live, but you could order them online as well from what I've seen. But these are called the detolf display cases. They're all glass except for the bottom and top piece. They're made of like that particle fake wood thing, but anyways, I got these at IKEA. They were, I believe, $59 now. I think when I paid they were a little bit more, but I've also gotten some off Craigslist. So my issue with these guys is the lighting, because the lighting that IKEA offers, I don't think I have any more to show you. Give me a sec. All right, so I found them. These were originally the lights that I was using to light my cases, and they kind of are like these like puck LEDs, and my biggest complaint is that they are not a kind of cool white, which is what I prefer in the cases. I do not like warm yellowish tones, and that's exactly what these are. So I just did not think they look good, although they are cheap. I just didn't like the way they looked. And they weren't too expensive. I don't honestly remember how much I paid for these lights, but probably $15 or less. Like I said, they weren't very expensive. But again, my main issue with this is that they are kind of like an ugly yellow color, which I just don't think it looks good lit up. So that was the first thing that I tried out, and I was like, ew, gross. Then the next thing is I got these other sets of LED lights from IKEA. These strips, they were pretty expensive. It was like $29.99 for just a set of 4 of them, and it didn't work very well in these cases because just how the wires connect to like this main hub, it was almost impossible to light each display up in each case individually. So that was a failure too. So then that left me with my only option of making my own LED kind of wiring, which I think I did an older video a couple months ago on. So that's what primarily was my setup for these things, but as you can see, they're not lit up back here because it don't work anymore. So that's the issue with making your own lights, is that I moved, and after I moved, it kind of just went kaput. I had to try to resolder everything, if I'm pronouncing it right, you know, whatever. I had to redo all of the wiring because obviously everything got disconnected once I had to move everything into the loading truck. So that was issue number 2, is, you know, if you're gonna make your own lighting, it's pretty much a permanent thing, because if you're gonna move the cases, you're gonna have to redo everything if they're all interconnected, and which all of my cases were connected to each other. I had 2 different kind of outputs, 2 different wall plugs. So I had 4 cases on one plug and then another 4 on another plug. So yeah, it just kind of got destroyed. 4 cases kind of work when they want to. I'm assuming it's kind of a wiring issue, but they just stopped working. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to look into something else. And that's when, full disclaimer, I did not get paid by this company to make this video. However, they did send me some LED lights for free for me to review for you guys. And that's currently what I'm using in my cases now. And I'm actually very surprised at these lights. I thought they were gonna be garbage, I'm not gonna lie. I really thought, I expected it to be kind of garbage quality, but I was like, when I put them in the case, I was like, holy crap, these are awesome. Like, I'm probably gonna buy the rest of them to light up my other remaining display cases. But honestly, I think this is like the best lighting setup I have used so far, and I highly, highly recommend. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so I got 2 different kinds of LED lights. One are rechargeable ones, and the other set are battery operated ones. The battery ones are a little bit cheaper. I don't remember off the top of my head how much they go for. I'll probably put something in here with how much they cost. And I know that the rechargeable ones, they are $35.99, and they come with 4 lights in the box. And you're gonna get something that looks They come in a box like this, and here is like the manual that comes in here. So you are able to screw these in. Obviously, you're not going to be able to screw them into glass, but they come with a 3M tape on the back. Here are the screws that come with. So like I said, you can screw these in if you need to. I don't know what kind of, if you guys are using like a bookshelf to display your kits, but I'm using glass, so again, you can't screw into the glass. But that's all right because it does come with a sticker. So they come in these little white boxes, and they are pretty heavy, but so far I haven't had any fall down on me, so you know, we'll see. They do come with a cable so you can recharge, and I didn't know too much of this product when they sent it to me. So I was just like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna recharge these things, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna, you know, take the shelf out and then connect it to a wall plug, because yeah, I'm not reposing all of these kits. But fortunately for me, they are actually magnets, or they're attached to a magnet. So this is the light out of the box. Look at this focus. So you can see there's several LEDs inside there, and this little plug here is not an LED. That's what I don't know what it is called, but it's the sensor for the remote, I guess, whatever. And here's the tape that I'm telling you. And so this is what's going to be stuck to the actual shelf, and then as you can see, it comes off. So all you have to do is just slide it right off, and you can just charge this. And again, you know, you don't have to mess with the actual glass shelf. You know, you just literally, this will be stuck on a shelf, and you just pop this off and you can recharge this. And here's the end. Here is the chargeable end. You can also manually control them, so you don't have to leave them on auto. If you don't want to use a remote for whatever reason, you can, you know, have the option to use remote, or, you know, manually power them off. And this is what the remote looks like. It's a little cheap feeling, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of feels like a toy, but it gets the job done, so you know, you can't really complain on that. Now let me show you what the battery powered ones look like. All right, so the battery ones again come in a cardboard box, and they come with a smaller white box to protect the unit itself. So here they are. A lot less LEDs, as you can see, but I think they still light up a lot, so you know, I'm not gonna critique it on that. Now my one complaint with this thing is, again, same before I get started, same magnet piece, so you can just easily detach to put new batteries in here. These you cannot screw into the whatever kind of shelf you're using. They can only have this stickered on. But my biggest gripe is that, holy cow, this requires 4 AAA batteries. 4 batteries. So if you have a lot of display cases like me, half of my cases, or not half, but 4 of the cases are powered, can't use the right words today, are lit up using these. So I had to buy 32 AAA batteries. That's just like a massive amounts of battery, and you know, you kind of have to factor the cost into that, because batteries are not going to last forever unless you're buying rechargeable batteries, and that's going to be quite expensive if, depending on how many cases you have. If you just have 2 cases, then it might not be that much, but if you have, you know, I think I have 10 display cases, that's going to be quite, you know, a bill you're going to have to buy all these batteries. But and I'm using only 2 per case. So I have the first from the first shelf, and then it's split down the middle. So I'm only using 2 per case. I'm not having each individual shelf lit up, because again, that would be so many of these freaking sticks. And can you imagine the amount of batteries that you would need? Just double the amount, which is like insane. So that's my only gripe, is just the fact that it requires so much batteries to be, you know, lit up. But again, if you only have 1 or 2 display cases, then it might not be a big issue. But if you have several display cases, you want to factor that cost in, because yeah, the rechargeable ones are more expensive, but then you don't have to be having to purchase 5,000 batteries to light up your cases. So that's something that you need to consider. Now let me show you what they look like powered up. Alright, so here's what it looks like before being lit up. As you can see, it's pretty dark in here. I had to wait to do this video so you guys can see what it looks like. And I did try these out in the daytime, and the light's pretty strong. Alright, so let's see what they look like. I can just there we go, the camera is adjusting. So like I was mentioning, you see I have one up here, and then I have the second one down here to kind of reduce the cost a little bit on the, you know, the total cost to power these things up. So you can also, well, it's too dark. Let me brighten these to the max. And what's awesome is that I can use one controller to turn on all the lights. So from down here, split down the middle, all these are the rechargeable ones. And then from this case over here are all the battery powered ones. Now you see a weak spot right here. It's because this one's actually lacking the second light right here because I ran out of batteries. So again, you gotta have, you know, 5 billion batteries depending on how many cases you have. But just look how much it lights up with just one strip. Freaking awesome, right? I mean, like, you can't beat this for the price. Like, basically the whole case is still lit up even with only one compared to, you know, 2 lights in this case, for instance. And in here you can see that still looks pretty good for it being just batteries. Again, I'm really pleased with how this came out. I'm really happy with the way it looks. You know, it's like my own little Gundam museum. I'm so happy. And again, you can dim this, so if it's too bright, you can always dim it down. Kind of have to play with it a little bit to get all the lights to pick up the remote, but you know, it works. And then you can hit the 100% button to get everything powered up. The battery remote is a little different from this one, but again, it's just a remote, so it's just a lot of clicking involved to make sure all the lights are on the same. And that's what it looks like all lit up. What do you guys think? Alright, so that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments what options you guys use to light up your display cases, because I'm always trying to figure out the best way to light these up. But honestly, probably this is the best lighting source I've used so far. I'm very pleased. I'm probably going to swap out all the battery operated ones with the rechargeable LED ones instead, just because I don't want to continuously having to buy batteries to replenish the light source. Again, all the information is going to be linked down in the description below if you want to grab yourself some of these lights. Thanks for watching. Adios.